Always wake up with a smile knowing that today you are going to have fun accomplishing what others are too afraid to do. Time is the most valuable asset you don't own. You may or may not realize it yet, but how you use or don't use your time is going to be the best indication of where your future is going to take you. Wherever there is change and wherever there is uncertainty, there is opportunity. One thing we can all control is effort. Put in the time to become an expert in whatever you're doing. It will give you an advantage because most people don't do this. Learn to sell. In business, you're always selling to your prospects, investors, and employees. To be the best salesperson, put yourself in the shoes of the person to whom you're selling. Don't sell your product. Solve their problems. Once you have found out what you love to do, there is only one goal: to be the best in the world at it. It's not about money or connections. It's the willingness to outwork and outlearn everyone. Wherever I see people doing something the way it's always been done, the way it's supposed to be done, following the same old trends, well, that's just a big red flag to me to go look somewhere else. Being rich is a good thing. Not just in the obvious sense of benefiting you and your family, but in the broader sense. Profits are not a zero-sum game. The more you make, the more of a financial impact you can have. Because if you're prepared and you know what it takes, it's not a risk. You just have to figure out how to get there. There is always a way to get there. One of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is that we lie to ourselves. We don't step back and look at ourselves like a competitor would. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You only have to be right once, and then everyone can tell you that you are an overnight success. Don't get caught up in how many hours you work. Judge success based on having goals and measuring your results. Hard work, and lots of it, is certainly needed. But focus on what you get done. There are no shortcuts. You have to work hard and try to put yourself in a position where if luck strikes, you can see the opportunity and take advantage of it. Never follow your dreams. Follow your effort. It's not about what you can dream of. That's easy. It's about whether or not it's important enough to you to do the work to be ready to be successful in that business. Sales is the most important aspect of a company, which in turn is about how well you treat your customer and stay ahead of your customer's requirements. What I've learned is that if you really want to be successful at something, you'll find that you put the time in. You won't just ask somebody if it's a good idea. You'll go figure out if it's a good idea. Don't start a company unless it's an obsession and something you love. If you have an exit strategy, it's not an obsession. Focus on building the best possible business. If you are great, people will notice and opportunities will appear. When you've got 10,000 people trying to do the same thing, why would you want to be number 10,001? With every effort, I learned a lot. With every mistake and failure, not only mine, but of those around me, I learned what not to do. I also got to study the success of those I did business with as well. I had more than a healthy dose of fear and an unlimited amount of hope, and more importantly, no limit on time and effort. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter how many times you almost get it right. no one is going to know or care about your failures, and neither should you. All you have to do is learn from them and those around you. All that matters in business is that you get it right once. Then everyone can tell you how lucky you are. Most people think it's all about the idea. It's not. Everyone has ideas. The hard part is doing the homework to know if the idea could work in an industry, then doing the preparation to be able to execute on the idea. I daydreamed for motivation. I didn't lie to myself and talk about my passions and how if I was passionate enough about something I could be successful at it. What does it take to be a successful entrepreneur? It takes willingness to learn, to be able to focus, to absorb information, and to always realize that business is a 24/7 job where someone is always out there to kick your ass. The reason I do Shark Tank isn't to try make more money of the deals. Even though every deal I want to make money off of, and even more so I want the entrepreneurs to be very successful and make money. But Shark Tank sends a message to everybody that the American dream is alive and well. Creating a close connection to those you do business with has its many risks, rewards and consequences. There are few things in business I have encountered that are more difficult than firing someone, particularly if that someone has always been or has become a friend. On the flip side, I have been rewarded with many friends. It's not whom you know. It's not how much money you have. It's very simple. It's whether or not you have the edge and have the guts to use it.